Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is Three Buck Theater, and somebody on the internet once posited, don't let your memes be dreams, right? Obviously, they're ripping off the Shia LaBeouf thing, but it kind of makes sense when you think about it from a horror-based perspective, especially when horror memes and horror stories become so popular online that they end up becoming actual feature-length films. And that's what's happening here with the Russian sleep experiment. Yeah, you remember that thing? The story about 5 people that went through a whole sleep deprivation test and ended up just making them go fucking crazy. Well, that's what's happening here with Creepypasta's Russian Sleep Experiment is becoming a horror movie. Now, what I'm hoping for is that this movie, that this take on an internet meme to become something horror-based is way, way, way better than like the 2 or 3 Slenderman movies we have. There was the Operator one based on the Marble Hornets. By the way, Marble Hornets season 1's fantastic. It's scarier than shit. Season 2, what? I don't quite know what happened with that. After that, I kind of lost interest. But the movie I heard was yeah, and then they did the Slenderman movie, which was also pretty yeah. But this one, creepier than shit, especially because this image, I'm sure you've seen this image, is what's associated with this particular meme. Now, it says one of the scariest and most popular creepypasta tales out there is the urban legend called the Russian Sleep Experiment. And today we have word that a feature film adaptation is heading our way. In fact, the film just started shooting with Chris Kattan starring and Barry Anderson taking the helm for the sure-to-be terrifying film. Yes, Chris Kattan, Mr. Corky Romano himself, Mr. Dude from Night at the Roxbury. I'm not going to make fun of that movie. It's one of my all-time faves. It's a great film. Stupid, yet entertaining. But him in a movie I'm down for because I like Chris Kattan. And this kind of film could be interesting because he gets to explore the crazier dark side of him. Also referred to as Orange Soda, the Russian Sleep Experiment was written by an unknown author and became immensely popular upon its original publication. Its popularity even led to various adaptations over the years, including a novel based on the original short story by Holly Ice, which was published in 2015. It's considered by some the greatest and most shared creepypasta ever, and it tells a tale of 5 test subjects being exposed to an experimental sleep-inhabiting stimulant in a Soviet-era scientific experiment. Does sound quite frightening, doesn't it? But then again, when you make movies based upon memes or like actual events and then try to dramatize them, it can have odd effects, right? A couple years ago, I actually slightly worked on this movie very, very quickly, worked on the Dyatlov Pass incident, or as it was referred to, I think as it was released under the name Devil's Pass on Netflix. It was a Rennie Harlan directed point of view found footage about people from the University of Oregon going to the Dyatlov Pass and trying to retrace the steps of the 9 people who died. I actually was the viral marketing manager on that movie for about 2-3 weeks. No, it was a little over a month. I worked on that film. It didn't work out because they didn't have a budget and they wanted to go viral. I couldn't really make that happen without a budget. Sorry. Anyway. The film will not boast the title Russian Sleep Experiment for probably copyright reasons, but instead it's going by the moniker the Soviet Sleep Experiment because that's not derivative, right? Oh, we can't call ourselves the Russian Sleep Experiment, but we're going to be going for the Soviet Sleep Experiment. We'll scare people by I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of a dumb name. I don't think it's going to come out underneath that name. So as reported, Anderson has pulled together an ensemble cast of international actors to help tell this suspenseful story. And this is how it's described. A psychological thriller based loosely on the urban legend, which follows a married research team who, under close watch of the Red Army, set out to study the effects of forced sleep deprivation on 4 patients locked inside an observation chamber for 30 days. So players apparently are Argentinian actress Eva de Dominici from You Shall Not Sleep as Dr. Anna Antonov, and Polish actor Rafał Zawarucha, who played Roman Polanski, or who is playing Roman Polanski and Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Along with them, it will also be Evgeny Kucherov from Stranger Things Season 3, okay, and who represents the overshadowing Red Army back in Moscow overseeing the experiment. More interesting, though, is who the movie is lined up to play the victims. So you've got Charles Hubbard, Paul Cram, Michael Villar, and then Chris Kattan. So it's got an interesting lineup. I mean, no, I'm not gonna lie. I just know Chris Kattan. Other people, they're there, I guess. Good for them. But Kattan is the one I'm interested in because I feel like he's never really gotten like a lot of play post SNL. I mean, he was on like the first season, I think, of The Middle. And then I don't know if they brought him back after that, but he was around for a bit and then they kind of dropped him off. So I'm good to see. It's good to see him coming back into it. You know what I mean? I have that old school SNL love for the guy. But the movie itself seems relatively interesting. You've got an urban legend creepypasta, you know, being transformed into, probably a relatively lower budget horror film. And given the success recently of Stephen King's novellas being turned into low budget yet effective horror films, I do foresee this becoming a new trend. And I don't see anything really wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that at all. If you have got a bunch of, you know, good short creepy stories that can be adapted into something that ultimately works, right? Then by all means, I think it's time to give some credit to the writers of the internet. I think it's time. I know they've tried again, Slenderman, right? The Marble Hornets thing. They've tried and it's got some success, but I think the filmmakers are maybe not the best suited for it, or studio interference or whatever. But I think when they try to go Hollywood, that's where it fails. I think if they were to aim for a lot of these to be lower budgeted films, they would be able to find a specific type of audience, an audience that would support them no matter what. And I'm definitely on board for that. So that being said, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think this is going to be a good one? Do you think this is going to be a bad one? Do you think this is going to be just another straight to DVD film you never watch? Or are you interested to see the adaptation of the Russian sleep experiment? Let me know down in the comments below. You can always give us a call at our voicemail line here. If I could talk, 818-350-3281. That's 818-350-3281. And I'll answer your question on Sunday's episode of The Call-In. Anyway, my name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This has been $3 Theater. I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day and peace out.